A lot of you guys are afraid of your feelings. I know I used to be afraid to feel. I had all these emotions and it would just get me feeling very negative. And I also didn't like how I would give control to others over my feelings a lot. So that's why I would numb myself. I used alcohol to escape and numb myself, to numb my feelings, because I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to feel angry or sad or resentment or anything like that. Not even happiness, because I didn't think I deserved happiness back then because my life was so shitty. So I was like, how can I feel happy? But that was me. That used to be my old mindset. We all get to feel. We have these emotions for a reason. We just need to stop letting those feelings consume us. You need to learn to stop acting on your feelings, especially if they're negative. You might feel angry and you automatically want to act out. You want to get revenge. You're feeling resentment. You're just feeling all this anger. I'm not telling you not to feel it. Feel it. If you feel like screaming, scream. If you feel like crying, crying. We all take feelings differently. Some people cry when they're happy, other people cry when they're mad. So it just depends however you are. But you need to find a healthy way to let it out. If you need to punch a pillow, punch a pillow. Don't punch another person. If you feel like cussing, saying all these things, don't say it to the person. Write it down and then burn the letter. Whatever works for you, works for you. But you want to let it out. I do not want you to hold in your feelings, because that's going to manifest these physical symptoms inside your body, and it's going to create blockages. You're not going to be flowing. You're just going to be tensed and have all these buildups, all this energy buildup, and you don't want that. And you know what? I also came to terms with that we have feelings to learn. We learn a lot from feelings. I know I have learned a lot, and I'm still learning through my feelings, and we just have to let go. Feelings help you let go. To let go of feelings, to let go of the past, to let go of people, just to let go and release. Even with positive emotions, you want to learn to experience it, to take it in, and then let it go, because you're just going to want to hold on to that, and you're not going to allow yourself to go through any other joyful moments. You might not think you're going to receive anything more positive. You might feel like this thing happening right now is the only thing that's going to ever make you happy, so you're not going to allow yourself to be happy if anything else happens, or to receive any more joy in your life. That might not be the happiest moment in your life. You'll have tons of other happy moments in your life instead of that just one moment. So don't hold on to it. Let it go. That way you can experience other happy moments in your life. Emotions also help you build yourself, build a positive mindset, build boundaries. It helps you set these boundaries, you guys. I know that feelings have helped me a lot with setting boundaries. Feelings are great. Stop looking at feelings as something negative or being afraid of your feelings. Feel them, learn from them, build boundaries, set boundaries, build that mindset, build motivation, build confidence, and let these feelings go. Just let everything go. You want to flow with life. You don't want to hold on to things. You don't want to live in the past. You don't want to worry about the future. You want to live in the present moment. Feelings helped me learn a lot about myself. It helped me understand why certain things made me feel a certain way, why I was so angry all the time, why I hated myself, why I felt so much resentment. I digged deep. I went in and I learned a lot about my past, what it truly meant, not what happened or whatever, but what it meant to me, and why did I react a certain way to it. I kept getting these triggers, and I learned where these triggers were coming from, what the trauma was, what I needed to heal. So that's why feelings are very important, because it allows you to go deep. Instead of just even pushing those feelings away, don't push them away. Feel them and go in deep. Like, if you feel angry, if somebody's making you angry, ask yourself, why am I feeling angry? Does this remind you of a past situation, of a past experience? Is it something that you just don't like, so you want to let them know? You don't want to scream at them or, argue, whatever, but just let them know. That's where you build a boundary. And when you learn what triggers you, you start healing that. You learn that there's really nothing to be afraid of with your feelings or anything. You become more vulnerable. That really helped me become more vulnerable, because I just, I felt how I felt. I am me. These feelings make us who we are. Like, I'm very sentimental. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I learned that that's just me. That's just who I am. And I'm going to express myself like that. I'm very vulnerable now. And I used to just hide it all the time, where I thought people were going to think that I'm too sensitive, that I overreact. But that's me. That's me. And I learned to love myself, to love that side of me, to love my feelings. You have to love your feelings, appreciate them, and let them go. You know, I don't hold on to them. I really learned to express myself, to express certain feelings. When I started expressing love towards myself and just love in general, I liked that. It made me feel good. It made me learn why it was that I wasn't loving me. You know, why I was hating so much, why I was hating myself. And it felt amazing. You know, I let it be. I was scared. I don't even know. I mean, was I scared? I worried too much about people judging me and judging my feelings, but you shouldn't worry about that. You feel however you want to feel. People might tell you you're overreacting, that you're being too sensitive. It really helps you learn who you are. I used to be against, I don't want to say I used to be against romance, but I saw it negatively because of all the, I don't even want to call it romance that was around me, but the relationships around me, it was very toxic. I didn't really believe in romance because I'm such a romantic person. And it's not even just being romantic with another individual, it's being romantic with yourself. Like, I'm romantic with myself all the time. And it makes me feel good. And the romance books that I read, like, I'm such a romantic person, you guys. And I learned that about me. I never thought I would be that type of person. You know, I never thought I would read in general, but read romance novels, I thought it was like too cheesy. I love it. It's all these things that you learn about yourself, what you like to do, what you love to do, what makes you happy. Feelings are very important. Pay attention to them. Always pay attention to your feelings and ask yourself how you're feeling, why this makes you feel some type of way. Feelings will help you build boundaries to protect your peace, to protect yourself, to protect your energy, to maintain happy. When you react to feeling mad or sad, when somebody says something to you or does something, that's your reaction. It's not really them making you mad or sad, it's you. Because it's your reaction. It's how you react to things, to people. But that's where you need to ask yourself, okay, why am I feeling sad and why does this make me angry? And you will go in deep and you'll realize, well, it's me. You know, because I'm reacting to it. I'm giving them control. I'm not saying don't feel it, feel it. If they say something, let's say rude or whatever, you know, and it makes you sad, it makes you angry, okay. But this is where you stand up for yourself and build a boundary. Like, if this is a friend, you set a boundary and let them know, hey, I don't like when you say this to me, when you do this to me, when you don't appreciate me, when you don't value my time. You set a boundary. You set a boundary with yourself where you don't allow yourself to interact with these certain individuals, where you just stop hanging out with this person. In those situations, that's where it helps you build a boundary. Instead of being angry at yourself for always saying yes to somebody else, set the boundary. Set the boundary for you where you say no, where you learn to say no. And you let this person know. You just let them know what's up. You know, whatever boundary it is, set the boundary. Because that way you protect yourself. You protect your happiness and your peace. You don't want people to take advantage of you, to take advantage of your energy, to take advantage of your time. When I was in this really dark place, I was in a really dark place mentally. I was very at war with myself. There were negative emotions and I was having all these negative thoughts. And it would lead to anxiety. That's where I developed anxiety after I went sober. Well, not completely sober, but when I was letting go of each substance, I wasn't escaping like that anymore. I wasn't numbing myself. I wasn't numbing my feelings, and everything came up. And I was like, what do I do with this? And you guys, I have never experienced anxiety like that. Never. It was the substances, all the alcohol that I drank that led to anxiety. And having all those feelings, I didn't know what to do with them. And what I ended up doing was just letting it go. Because it was all these negative things. It was all this resentment, all this anger, where I just had to let it go. I had to let it go in order to move on. Like, why was I holding on to that? Why was I holding on to the past? There's no reason to hold on to the past. I let go of those feelings. I let go of people. I let go of just everything that wasn't serving me good, that was negative. And it hurt. Letting go of people. That desire of change, of positive change, and of growth was bigger than all that, because I wanted that. And I knew that I had to let go of people. I had to let go of an old version of myself. I was willing to do that. You have to sacrifice things in order to grow, in order to move on to the next step, in order to become a better version of you. I had all these feelings because I never processed them. I never gave myself time to process them. I would feel anger and I would immediately go to have a drink. I had never processed my emotions in a healthy way, my past emotions. And it was all of that. It was past emotions that I still held on to. It was present emotions, and it was emotions even about the future, because I was just worrying about the future. I was thinking so negatively about my future because I was just doing negative things. I was coming to that realization where it was just, I was doing negative things, negative habits, and they were going to lead to a negative future. So that's where I started to change, because I wanted to change that. I had to take action too. You can think positively, but you have to do positive. It's hard when you are trying to make the transition. And what I found that worked for me was to start doing positive actions, which led to me having a positive mindset and actually thinking positively, because it was hard, you guys. Like, dude, I was at this war and it was just so crazy. The anxiety was literally so bad because, anxiety is really just worrying about the future. It's thinking negatively about the future, thinking the worst. And it's really yourself making you feel like that, because it's you thinking like that. You're thinking about something that's not even here yet. You're worrying about something that hasn't even happened. And you don't even know if it's going to happen. It's actually really crazy. Your mind is very, very powerful.